Hey, I'm Lee with Olsen Equine. Does anybody know what this is? Look at him. So this is a racehorse, straight off the track. He's a 4-year-old and he had a lot of success, but now he's getting ready to be a barrel horse. So we're just transitioning him into shoeing. And I just want to show you something that I see a lot of the time on horses that come off the track. So if we look at the feet, they're in pretty good shape. Really, I've already trimmed it. I should have showed you before, but this is what you see a lot of times. You know, these heels, they want to run under a little bit, and the toe is just kind of stretched forward. It's really a pretty good foot. It's just a little tighter toe right here. But what you'll see on nearly every horse off the track is thin walls. So what I like to do on situations like this is a SureFit. So St. Croix Forge, American made, baby, makes these, and they are just a little finer nail placement, and that makes just a lot better fit. So you can see how that already wants to fit the foot pretty well. So it just makes your life easier, because if you come in with a thicker, rigid shoe right away, it's going to put your nails on the inside of the white line, which is right there. Looks like the last person did a pretty good job shoeing him. So the next thing that they usually have is thin soles, as you can see that right there. So just the way it is. You're going to have thin soles and thin walls, and when you do that, you're going to want a shoe that's got some finer nails. So that's where the SureFit comes in, and it's so nice to shape cold. You can just bang it around. We're actually tweaking this cold, and then we're fullering the side because on this lateral heel, because as you can see, it's just going to come up just a little bit short. The medial is going to be pretty perfect when I shape it, but that's going to be just a little short, and I'll show you what happens after we fuller it there. But if you're going to shape your shoes cold, this is a good option too. And you have a great day, and God bless America. All right, we're back. So I want to show you something that has been an issue my whole shoeing career. So you look at a foot, right? And you're looking at what you want to do and all this stuff, right? So you look at the shoe and you're like, well, if I do this, that'll work. You know, I want to pull him together a little bit, but the last thing I want to do is come back like that far, make his feet fall apart, get sore heels. Ask me how I know that'll happen. So I want to make sure I do a good job fitting the foot, and this is a barrel horse, so I don't want a lot of length, but that's not enough. And I even had Nathan fuller this and then do our toothpaste move where you just squish it out and make it a little bit longer, but it's not enough. So jumping up a size is what I'm saying. Whenever you look at it, it usually takes more than you think. So that's too short in my opinion. That's the one, all shaped up. Okay, so I want to make sure I fit the foot really well right here, and I just want to come back just a slight little bit. Still want a nice fit. So this one fits so much better than the aught, as you can see right there. And we're going to put a pad on too, just to help these heels out. But another way to check your fit is a move that my buddy Brian Chapman does. You just hold your shoe right where it goes. You can pull it up here, and you can check your fit right there. These low-heeled horses, it always seems to take more shoe than you think. So I'll show you what it looks like with the pad, but just remember, it always seems to take a little bit more length than you think. All right, so what we're doing, don't forget, we're shoeing a racehorse. Thin walls, thin soles. So this is a slim blade nail. This is a city nail. Look at the differences in the blade. Big difference. This one's a lot smaller, right? So I think his feet will improve, but it is going to be always a thing with him. So it's just knowing what you're working on, what works better. And you got to think about, this horse is pretty good to shoe, but on the racetrack, they get shot fast. There's no hot fitting shoes like we did. So if you need to put the foot down, do it. You see I tacked it on and came back. And trying to hustle. You can see that I moved the shoe back just a little bit. That's something you have to be extremely careful with. So just half the thickness of the wall, like my mentor Grant Moon taught me, and I tried to do it more to be aggressive, and the feet literally fall apart. So, slow and steady, and make sure the foot fits. Big square toe on a horse like this would be terrible. So just a pretty nice shape, and you can look at the foot and see our fit is out here where it needs to be, and we just slightly pulled him back. And even though he's got thin walls, we got a decent nail line. That should have been a little higher, but I'd rather have thin nails with good placement than low, bad ones and more of them.